For the strength of the pack is in the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is in the pack. This quote was on Officer Jackson's keychain. He had it on him every day he worked as an officer. It was there because he believed in these words. Jordan believed in being a hardworking officer as an individual, but he believed working as a team made him a stronger, cohesive unit, which is the reason why he really loved the motors. I've invited the Bellevue Police Motor Unit up front with me today while I speak to you. Jordan wouldn't have it any other way. To become a proficient motor officer, you have to do a lot of training on the motorcycle. Jordan enjoyed training and never wasted a minute of it. He would be the first one out there working the patterns and the last one to leave, even though Jordan was easily the best rider of us all. He was a natural. In between his reps, he would be looking for ways to help others in the areas that they were struggling with. It was no different when we were on patrol. Jordan always found time to help others. He was a leader and a team player. Jordan and I first crossed paths at the Bellevue Police Department. We were hired around the same time and were waiting to go to academy. We had a list of assignments that we needed to get done before we went to academy. One of these assignments was working on navigating the city. While I couldn't navigate myself out of a paper bag, Jordan was navigating himself to every address without looking at the map. I began to call him Tom Tom. Tom Tom stuck with him for all 5 years that we worked together. After getting to know Jordan, I found that he was familiar with the area because he grew up in Bellevue and went to school at Issaquah High School. Jordan told me, and I often heard him tell members of the community that he was so proud to work for the city of Bellevue, the city he grew up in. During this time at the department, we clicked and quickly became inseparable. We have walked very similar paths side by side for the past 5 years. We were hired at the same time, and even though different classes, we went to academy at the same time. I had my first 2 children at the same time that he had his children. Every year we intentionally worked the same squad and were able to work our first 2 years on patrol together. In our second year of patrol, we were approached by the motor unit and asked if we had interest in the unit. After much discussion, we decided to go for it together. At motor school, you couldn't have had 2 riders who were further away from each other in skill. I was crashing my bike on every turn in the intersection. And then there was Jordan. Jordan was riding flawlessly on every drill. Jordan made the school look so easy. The instructors had to figure out more things to do every day because it was just too easy for him. Jordan was a natural on the motorcycle and could have ran the whole course in just a few days. After becoming a motor officer, Jordan would talk to me about how honored he was to be part of such a prestigious group within policing, and loved to say that he was a motor officer. After becoming a motor, you would always see us riding together, and people would ask, "Who is Ponch?" When working together, we always knew what the other was thinking without even having to say a word. We felt everything together. That's why we worked so well together. Jordan would always say, "Iron sharpens iron," and he truly believed this. One of his favorite parts of being a motor was engaging with the community and participating in projects like Shop of the Cop, where an officer takes a kid back to school shopping. Oftentimes, he would go over the allotted dollar amount, but that didn't even mean anything to him. He would just pull out his wallet and cover the difference because he wanted to give back to the kids as much as possible. He recently applied to be a field training officer because of his passion for teaching others. Because of Jordan's hard work, his love for the profession, and the willingness to help everyone. He recently was awarded Officer of the Quarter. When you ran into Jordan after a weekend, his first question would always be, "How is your family?" Family was the most important thing to Jordan. His weekends revolved around his wife and 2 children. He loved exploring the world and going on new adventures with his family. Although his kids are little, that never stopped him from experiencing new things with them, such as going camping or taking a road trip. He was the most incredible father and husband. Jordan was pure of heart, and he would speak from it every day. I was honored that a man like Jordan could be my best friend. He inspired me daily and made me a better person. Anyone who had an interaction with Jordan knows he was very thoughtful with his words. He enriched everyone's life that he came in contact with. Just look around this room. Every person in here is here today because of the person Jordan was. Jordan was so genuine when he spoke to people, he would leave a lasting impression, and it would only take one interaction. He listened to them and gave heartfelt responses. Jordan made every interaction memorable with his words and a smile. Jordan had a passion for many things: sports, F1 racing, rodeo, and fly fishing, and many others. Jordan picked up fly fishing about 2 years ago, and he loved it. It was all he talked about. We spent much time dreaming about land. He wanted a river running through the land that he was dreaming about. He wanted the river to be running through the property so he could do guided fishing trips. He also had the golden touch. He was good at pretty much everything. He tried. He was an excellent motor officer, motorcycle rider, crit racer, fly fisherman, you name it. Jordan was asked once, "Are you just good at everything?" Jordan paused, leaned back in his chair, and he smiled that big infectious smile that he had, and he said, "You know, I've never been particularly good at hitting a baseball." A few months ago, Jordan and I went to a rodeo in Ellensburg. After he had bought the tickets, he realized that he mixed up the day and actually bought it on a weekend that we were working all day the next morning. I was hesitant to go. As many of you know, I don't do well on low sleep. But Jordan wouldn't let me off the hook. He just looked at me and said, "You only live once." And that was the kind of person Jordan was. His life was taken way too soon. But Jordan made the most out of every minute that he spent here on earth with us. You only live once. Those words are now going to have more meaning than ever for me. I believe that Jordan lived by these words every day and lived his life to the fullest, whether he was with his friends and family, crit racing, going to F1 races in Austin, going to rodeos, watching the Kraken play, watching the Seahawks play, or catching that big one on the Yakima River. I know Jordan's still out there somewhere, and he'll be fly fishing on the river waiting for me to join him. I love you, brother.